The first way in which the story of Frankenstein can be related to childbirth is when Frankenstein first creates the creature. In a way, the creature is being brought into life, or in other words, he was born. When children are first born, they are often confused and overwhelmed by their new surroundings or new senses. The creature experiences the same feelings when he sees for the first time, as well as other senses like when he burned his hand in the fire or heard the sound of the birds chirping in the wilderness. The creature also had no mother figure and, in fact, didn't have any figures at all to look up to. He had no idea what human touch felt like, as most babies would, and had to raise himself. The creature was both isolated and solitary in the book. No one wanted to be around the creature, and everyone thought he was a monster. He became used to being alone and made it into a choice to be alone. He didn't want to be fled out of town or hurt anymore. The creature that Frankenstein had created originally was born with a clean slate, as all babies are. They learn from society or who they are around or look up to. Frankenstein was shaped by society, and at first he just wanted friends, and everywhere he went, people kept getting scared by his looks and assumed he was bad and evil. Even the family he had been watching for months that seemed so nice turned him away because of his looks. Finally, he turned bitter, assuming that all of society would be like this. The book took place in the 1700s, a time when delivering a child was harder to perform. In order to become certified, all a man had to do was watch a birth be performed and then take a quiz over what happened. Many doctors did not wash their hands or tools, which led to disease and infection. Also, with a suggested case of overcrowding, 20% of delivered women contracted a bacterial infection called childbed fever. There have been studies that show that newborns become more stressed when separated from their mothers at birth. Researchers found out that babies do better with skin-to-skin contact. There have also been studies that suggest separation from a child and their mother can result in a major psychological stress for the infant. In relation to the book, the creature could have been experiencing this as well as Frankenstein himself and his brother when their mother died.
During pregnancy, the infant's joints become more mobile, which causes the infant to waddle and kick at times. As an infant, there are a lot more bones in their bodies than in a full-grown human. The placenta is the transfer station where all the exchanges of oxygen and waste products to and from the baby to the mother occurs. Nutrients are passed from the mother to the infant, while wastes are being removed as well. The cervix, also known as the front door for childbirth, is closed throughout the pregnancy and opens only during labor. This is what the dilation is referring to during pregnancy. When labor begins, the cervix softens or ripens and begins to change its thickness, called cervical thinning or effacement. 10 centimeters dilated is completely dilated, which is about 4 inches. Contractions are used to dilate the cervix and soften it. They also help pull the baby through the cervix when it is completely dilated. Medicine was developed to ease the pain and severity of childbirth, also known as epidurals. There was also medicine made to help increase the likelihood that an infant would survive during childbirth. In Britain, the biggest change was the establishment of the National Health Service that provided free medical care for anyone, no matter what their wealth was. Around the 1900s, it became legal for women to choose natural childbirth instead of using epidurals. After 1945, the use of scans and ultrasounds improved and allowed problems with the pregnancy to be detected much earlier. Major advances were also made in birth control. In earlier times, there were rubber sheaths used as birth control, but they were seen more as a protection against syphilis as opposed to a form of birth control. In 1950, the contraceptive pill was introduced, which gave women more control over their destiny. Surgery since 1945 had improved greatly in the case of a C-section. So I guess you can say childbirth has improved.